This evening. And coming up, Rafael dos Anjos, born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, looks for his 6th straight UFC win against Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is 21-0 in his MMA career. Don't forget, right here in Orlando, top of the hour, Fox UFC Saturday, Verdun Brown, Tate Carmouche, Cerrone Barboza, Tavares, and Romero. This is Fox UFC Saturday prelims, and when you look at the rankings at 155, the champion, Anthony Pettis. Number 1 is smooth Benson Henderson. Gilbert Melendez going to coach against Pettis on The Ultimate Fighter.
Man, what a group of talented fighters we're looking at there, man. That is a murderer's row. I mean, Benson Henderson, Gilbert Melendez. We haven't seen TJ Grant in a while. Can't wait to see him back. John Thompson, man. Tight fight with Benson Henderson. Rafael dos Anjos, one of the best, fighting Nurmagomedov, another one of the best tonight. Those two guys represent the cream of the crop, and I'm very excited to watch this fight. It's just one of many fantastic fights we have on this stacked card tonight.
So, Joe, it's unbeaten Khabib Nurmagomedov battling the surging Brazilian Rafael dos Anjos. And this feature is brought to you by Polaris Razor, delivering the ultimate combination of power, suspension, and agility.
The toughest speed in mixed martial arts is keeping an undefeated record in the UFC. And Khabib Nurmagomedov has not only done it, but he's done it in the ultra-tough lightweight division, winning all 5 of his bouts in the octagon to move to 21-0 as a professional. Tonight, he puts his perfect record on the line against Rafael dos Anjos. A veteran of nearly 6 years in the UFC, Dos Anjos' career has been a slow boil, but since 2012, he's been on fire, winning 5 straight while beating the likes of Evan Dunham and Donald Cerrone. And if he beats Nurmagomedov tonight, the Brazilian will put himself in the thick of the title picture. Coming up next, Khabib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov, faces Rafael dos Anjos.
There are grappling specialists, and then there are grappling specialists like Khabib Nurmagomedov. This guy is on another level, and we've seen that over and over again. His victory over Pat Healy, his victory over Abel Trujillo, his vicious knockout of Thiago Tavares, all of them highlighted by his spectacular grappling. In the Tavares fight, he also showed that he's got knockout power in his hands and an aggressive striking style. But the sambo that we've seen from Khabib Nurmagomedov has made him one of the most avoided men in the lightweight division. Very, very dangerous young man, 2-time world sambo champion. And the level of grappling that this man has shown inside the octagon has been nothing short of amazing to me. As a fan of grappling, I'm in awe of what this guy has been able to do to world-class competition.
Such a talent. The Eagle has soared to a 21-0 start to his professional career. And he's looking to move to 6-0 in the UFC's lightweight division. Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov. dos Anjos, 20 professional wins, nearly half of those during his time in the UFC. Originally scheduled to fight Rustam Khabib at UFC 170 in February in Vegas. Khabib was hurt, of course. Khabib has a date with Smooth Benson Henderson, and dos Anjos tonight faces another man from Dagestan, Russia, in the aforementioned Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
And another man who is an outstanding Sambo specialist,
yes.
So at least he's preparing for a similar opponent. Rafael dos Anjos has a stellar ground game himself. Very high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. But what we've seen out of dos Anjos over the last couple years has been the massive improvement in his striking skill. That has really been the most notable change in his game. And just an overall improvement, a constant, steady growth that has seen him defeat guys like Donald Cerrone, Evan Dunham, Mark Bocek, and Anthony Njokuani. High-level fighters. The last time we saw him lose was a decision to Gleison Tibau 3 years ago.
Split decision.
Yes, a close fight, a very close fight to a gorilla in Gleison Tibau. And since then, he has looked outstanding. We've seen some really outstanding improvement in all areas of his game, but his striking is the most notable.
One of the real turning points was his win in Montreal at UFC 154 against Mark Bocek. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight is sponsored by Bud Light. Here we go. The 29-year-old Brazilian against the native of Russia, 25-year-old Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is 2 inches taller. Everything else is identical. Once again, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated professional record. 21 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a grappler holding a professional record, 20 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Rafael dos Anjos. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, John McCarthy.
Big John McCarthy, our referee for this showcase in the UFC lightweight division. Second time in lightweight history that we've been able to feature 2 fighters with 5-fight UFC winning streaks. Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard. What a great number of battles they had.
You ready? Let's get it on.
Here we go. Nurmagomedov in the white, Rafael dos Anjos in the black. He's a southpaw.
How highly touted is Nurmagomedov? Check this out. Dos Anjos' last victory was over Donald Cerrone, and he's a 2.5 to 1 underdog to this kid. That's crazy. That's how good Khabib Nurmagomedov is, because Rafael dos Anjos is outstanding.
2-time Russian combat Sambo champion, 2-time world Sambo champion. He is known as an internationally recognized Sambo master.
Yeah, his grappling is literally on another level. It's completely advanced. When he grabs a hold of guys, you see talented grapplers like Abel Trujillo, guys along those lines just get dominated.
In that fight that you mentioned against Trujillo, Joe, Nurmagomedov turned in a UFC record 21 takedowns.
That's insane. The Pat Healy fight is another excellent example.
Yep.
We know how tough Pat Healy is. We know what a great grappler he is. Nurmagomedov just dominates. But a good kick there by dos Anjos, and a kick, and look at this. He closes the distance. He's got the clinch. This will tell us a lot here. Can dos Anjos avoid this? The answer
working hard for it. Got it.
Nope, he got it.
But for how long?
But look at the way he does it.
Yes.
He's so strong in that clinch. Excellent technique for sure, but the way he just elevates guys. You just do not want this guy touching you. And he's still on Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos is up. And that is a good sign for Rafael. Can he break this grip, though? Can he break the grip and separate and utilize his improved striking? Down again. Drags him down with that single.
Training at Calvary Chappelle, King's MMA, and Evolve MMA. Born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, Nurmagomedov trains at AKA, American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose, the home of our heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez, who will be watching very closely our main event on Fox UFC Saturday between Fabricio Verdum and Travis Brown.
And Dos Anjos separated. Now this is his game. He goes high with the kick. Good jab by Dos Anjos and a good right hand by Nurmagomedov. Look how aggressive this kid is. I mean, he's just reckless. Good left hook, got the clinch again and drags him to the ground. Like I said, his game on the ground is just on another level. Dos Anjos working for Kimura from the bottom.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt against the Sambo master.
He's got to be careful in overcommitting to this, though. Right now, he's in half guard. If Nurmagomedov can get that right leg free, they let it go. Dos Anjos decided to just get back to his feet, and he's up. He's just so strong in the clinch and so quick to close in on a guy and grab a hold of him.
Under 90 seconds on the clock here in round number 1.
Relentless pressure by Nurmagomedov. But Dos Anjos gonna grab. Oh, nicely done by Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos did a great job in getting back up to his feet. Oh, hard uppercut.
Good knee, but now he eats that uppercut. One takedown each side so far, Joe. Under a minute. Up the middle. Tried with that lead uppercut. That's a dangerous punch to start with.
Well, he's just trying to do things that Nurmagomedov doesn't expect, and it's especially a good kick to the body there. Especially effective because Nurmagomedov ducks his head in and charges forward a lot. Also is going to be effective is that left kick coming off of that southpaw stance to the open body of Nurmagomedov.
Like we saw earlier tonight.
He's attacking.
When you have two differing stances, you go to the body and you go inside the lead leg.
And also Dos Anjos.
There it is.
Oh, there. Beautiful job by Nurmagomedov. Good right hook by Dos Anjos and a good return by Nurmagomedov.
Great start.
Rafa, espera, equilibra, perdemos o primeiro round.
You lost the first round. He took you down, you lost the first round. On the top, you're even.
Vamos controlar as ações agora.
Control your actions now. Don't get to the cage.
Equilibra. Quando está chegando na grade aqui, está dando 3-3, 1-3-4.
When he puts you against the cage, he's being able to take you down. You got to stay away from the cage, use your reach.
Agora é a gente. É a gente. Nós perdemos porque
This is our round. You only lost because you got taken down. Let's keep this fight standing. Control the distance, keep the hands close, in and out. Do like Lyoto. You got to use the kicks. You felt his hands, you're good. Watch your head on the way out, no mystery.
Grab the stool, get him up, let's go. Top of the hour, Fox UFC Saturday, our main event. Fabricio Verdum, Travis Brown, winner gets Cain Velasquez, Plush, Misha Tate, Liz Carmouche, Donald Cerrone, Edson Barboza, Brad Tavares, Yoel Romero. Second round, Nurmagomedov, Dos Anjos. The corner of Rafael Dos Anjos said, let's avoid the cage, let's keep this fighting, do like Lyoto does. Go in, go out, and really work on the distance. Let's make this a stand-up battle.
Excellent advice from Rafael Cordero. He was definitely doing better in the stand-up than on the ground, but he did avoid any submission attempts and got back up to his feet, which is a lot more than a lot of other people have been able to do against Nurmagomedov.
And he is more aggressive in his attack, at least at the start of this second round, Joe. Ate a bit of a jab coming in.
Both guys doing a good job of avoiding those punches, covering up, blocking most of the shots. There's the shot, down again.
Great transition.
Beautiful transition.
He set that up with his hands, Joe, for the last 30 seconds.
Dos Anjos trying to connect his hands, but it looks like he's not under the chin. And he's also doesn't have full guard here, looking to get some elevation, apply that butterfly. He may just try to use this to stand back up. It's tough to tell, but it's going to be very difficult to get real power to it unless he wraps his legs around it. If he's going to try to submit him here, he's going to have to get those legs free and around the body of Nurmagomedov. It looks like he's going to try it. Well, he's squeezing hard. The real problem here, of course, is that if he doesn't get it, he may gas out his arms.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov's head is almost out. Now it's out. Now Nurmagomedov is on top of him, and he just had a big burst of energy, did Dos Anjos, and no reward for it.
3 takedowns for Nurmagomedov. None yet for Rafael Dos Anjos. 20 career wins for the Brazilian, 21 for the man from Dagestan, Russia.
Nurmagomedov is just so relentless on the ground.
Don't grab the fence.
And Dos Anjos is trying everything he can to get back up here.
Come on, let's work. Work it out.
Nurmagomedov is trying to take his back here.
Get yourself out, Rafael. Let's go.
Both men have won 5 straight fights. Nurmagomedov 5-0 in the UFC. 2 minutes remain in round 2. John McCarthy urging the men to keep busy.
Well, there's really nothing that Dos Anjos can do here other than what he's doing. He's got to be patient. Again, looking for that guillotine. This time he's fully committing to it, but he doesn't have full guard again. It's incredibly difficult to pull that off on a high-level grappler, and even more difficult if you're in half guard.
90 seconds.
Nurmagomedov, 2 rounds in the books now. With these takedowns, staying on top of him, any rational judge is going to score this fight for him, unless Dos Anjos can get up in the next minute and 10 and make something happen, or make something happen here from off his back.
Watch the back of the head.
He's got full guard here now.
Good shot there.
Another
and again.
Steps over in half guard now.
7 wins by knockout, 7 by submission for Nurmagomedov. He's finished 10 of his last 13 wins. Significant strikes landed. Advantage Nurmagomedov.
He may be the most smothering guy in the UFC today.
Yeah.
As far as his ability to close the distance and the relentless pressure he puts on guys.
That's his world, Joe.
I mean, it really is. It's quite impressive. It's quite impressive to see a guy as skillful as Dos Anjos just get smushed.
Yep. Oh, looking for a big shot there.
Dos Anjos is up.
The round comes to a close. 5 minutes remain in this fight.
You gotta win this last round. You lost the first and second. Take it easy. You gotta keep moving.
vai ter que poupar esse cara aí, botar pressão desde o começo.
You got to put the pressure from the beginning. You stay in the center of the ring, you can't be taken down. You got to keep the pressure on him the whole time.
Nurmagomedov with a takedown. And again, Rafael dos Anjos going for that guillotine attempt, but Nurmagomedov avoiding the submission, staying on top of him.
A gente tem que ganhar esse round bem agora.
Dos Anjos needs a big round here, Joe. Jay Glazer, Chael Sonnen, Brian Stan will take us to the top of the hour. Then our good friend Kurt Menefee moves in with Chael and Brian for Fox UFC Saturday. Those are good seats. I think they got them for free, too.
Khabib.
They're not as good as ours.
Not at all. Nothing's as good as our seats. Final round.
Go.
Dos Anjos wants to avoid the clinch, the grappling, the takedown. He wants to stand and trade.
Well, you know, at this point in time, he's got to just throw everything out the window and attack with reckless abandon. He's 2 rounds in the hole for sure.
He did that for a little bit early in round 2, Joe.
Yes, he did. It's just he can't keep this guy off him when it gets to the ground. I mean, he manages to get back up, and Nurmagomedov just jumps on him again, drags him down to the ground again. There's a kick by Dos Anjos.
Nobody's really kept Khabib off him. And that's why he's so confident in his striking as well. Comes in, he mixes it up. His last takedown came off a great combination.
How fun would watching him versus Anthony Pettis be?
Oh, outstanding.
I mean, that's what he's going to need. You're going to need a real world-class, top-of-the-food-chain fighter to deal with this dude. He's a world champion. I mean, he's a world champion Sambo fighter who wants to be a world champion mixed martial arts fighter, and he's got that world champion technique.
And his good friend and longtime training partner, Rustam Khabilov, fights in the main event in Albuquerque against the former lightweight champion, Smooth Benson Henderson.
Yeah, 2 animals.
Yes.
Training together, making each other tougher.
In Dagestan.
And Nurmagomedov again, all over Dos Anjos. Oh, Dos Anjos avoids that. And again, it's not about winning a decision here. Decisions are not here to be won. He's got to win by knockout or submission. So go for one or the other, but that's it. That's all he's got.
He's got to do, as they said earlier, like Lyoto, get in, get out, because if you get in and stay in, this happens.
Look at this. He's shooting. He's shooting on Nurmagomedov.
And now we see him using those great grappling skills in reverse. Oh, how about a reversal?
That's what happens.
You got to stay away from him.
Yeah, you can't tangle with this guy. I mean, and Dos Anjos is a great grappler.
Absolutely.
He's very good, but this guy's on another level. He makes great grapplers look like amateurs. I mean, as a person who really appreciates technique, I marvel at this guy. And it's not just the technique, it's also his aggression and his will. He imposes that on people. He's not playing it safe for a single second inside there. He's just attacking. Just massive aggression and technique. And for Dos Anjos, he's got 2 minutes to pull off a submission, and that's essentially it.
Just 25 years old.
Yeah, he's going to get better.
Yeah, that's scary. Especially at AKA. He also trains back home under the leadership of his father.
Well, guys like this are very important, because when a guy comes along, whether it's a guy like this or a John Jones type character that just starts dominating people, the whole rest of the division has to elevate their game. They have to realize this guy's out there. People have been avoiding Khabib Nurmagomedov for years, and you're seeing why. He's just incredibly frustrating to deal with.
90 seconds. His father, Abdul Manap Nurmagomedov.
Big
Good
shot from the top.
And
Another
again.
one.
He's in the closed guard. Still, he's able to do damage with his ground and pound.
Well, Dos Anjos had his legs open for a minute there, but now he's locked him up tight. for defensive reasons. He's just trying to stay alive here.
Yep. 1 minute remains.
Let's go.
He's adjusting his hips. He's trying to go for an arm bar. Oh, boom, right in the kisser.
Paid the price. And right back all over him is Nurmagomedov.
For Dos Anjos, this has got to be incredibly frustrating. Just getting dragged around like this on the ground.
And a guy who's really had the momentum in his corner as well, Joe, in the UFC. Just the second time we feature two men on 5-fight winning streaks inside the octagon.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Dos Anjos lose before. We've seen him get knocked out by Jeremy Stephens in a spectacular loss early in his career. But over the last few years, we've never seen anybody do this to him.
I mean, his last two wins, Cerrone and Dunham, very impressive.
I want to see Nurmagomedov versus Anthony Pettis. I know there's a bunch of other people.
Wants his turn first.
I know there's a bunch of other people in line, and I want to see those too. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Gilbert Melendez, Anthony Pettis as well. But I just want to see who's got the style to handle this guy.
The Eagle, just awesome again tonight. Official decision coming up next. Khabib Nurmagomedov, Rafael Dos Anjos go the distance. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision. Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov.
6-0 in the UFC, 22-0. As a professional, our move of the fight brought to you by Metro PCS, where nationwide 4G LTE is $40 period.
And the move of the fight was the grappling of Khabib Nurmagomedov over and over again, the relentless pressure and the takedowns. And then when he got him to the ground, ground and pound and control. Just a masterpiece performance of grappling by the Eagle.
He is amongst the men to hold the longest active UFC winning streak. And don't forget, we want to know what you think will be the best move of the night. Tweet and let us know at #MetroMove. Tune into the Fox UFC Saturday post-fight show on Fox Sports 2 for the winning move. Great fights thus far. And we throw it to Jake Laser, Chael Sonnen, and Brian Stan.